Welcome back YouTubers to my channel for an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you all with open arms. I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness versus sharing my life stories with Asperger's syndrome and the like, along with tips and tricks along the way of how you can manage and cope with these everyday personal struggles of your mental illness or whatever it may be, along with advice basically, or just messages of hope, hopefully to support you through your everyday personal struggles, regardless if it's a relationship problem versus just, communication breakdown or whatever it may be, sort of thing. Hopefully to be your girl, so hopefully help you guys, support you, and hopefully this channel will be user friendly as possible. As I said before, many times before, I'm no medical doctor. As a disclaimer, I'm just a normal everyday Joe blogs, and I just carry about doing my own thing, and I'm just here to share you and enlighten you with you, or if you see any of these clinical signs and symptoms of basically any mental health disorders that comes your way of what I share, feel free to seek professional help for yourself or your loved one, or even just seek an opinion for yourself or your loved one, because as I say so many times before, I can't stress it enough, I don't wish to condone any self-harm. So before I begin this, also just to be out there, is that I'm hoping to take a break from some of my Beauty from Ashes playlist things, setting of what I wanted to do, hopefully for you people. Basically, to give you a better understanding, as we know that, students that tics, obviously in general as well, obviously, do this. Tics are obviously repetitive vocal or motor behaviours, and obviously you might come across a student that may, tic now and again. So hopefully some of these suggestions along the way will help for someone who is teaching a student that has this, will make the class more productive for them as well as for yourself. So let's begin this before I run out of time. Step number 1 is find a time to talk to the student outside of class time. As I know, it's given to have your own privacy and space between you and the student when you have the time to talk them out about it, and also maybe, to make them feel comfortable, ask them like if they would prefer to leave the room when they need to, or if you could do anything to make life easier for them in general. Number 2 is schedule a meeting with the parent, guardian and the child support team. You need to obviously bear in mind that their needs will be probably higher and more complex, but then if we do be able to identify their needs and figure out how to support the student, will be great. Consider the tics, but also any comorbid issues such as maybe attention issues or writing difficulties that they may have. Here are some lists of examples I'm going to break down to you right now of accommodations that might be of help for you and your student when you're dealing with them. Number 1 is breaking assignments into shorter steps. Number 2, extra time on tests. Number 3, a note taker or a use of laptop rather than handwriting notes. Number 5 is sitting in the front rows. Number 6, passing out written directions rather than just verbalizing the directions for them. Number 7 is a classroom aid. Number 8, allow the student to take tests in a private room if they feel the necessary, so this way they can expend their energy on suppressing their tics that may be triggered by their nerves. Number 9, sitting on an exercise ball. Number 10, asking the student to repeat the instructions to you to be sure that they caught everything that you said. Number 3, never punish or scold the student for their tics. As you know, as I said before so many times before, their tics is involuntary and it's out of sight their control. They can't control them, nor can they just suppress them by simply trying harder. That's what many students may, hear as it's an excuse that they're just, not trying hard enough to just be in control of their tics. Tics can come along at any given time, however. Sometimes even thinking about that tics can even trigger them on that onset. Number 4, don't draw attention to the ticking. Plain ignoring is a strategy in which you act as if nothing is out of the ordinary while that student tics, treating them with the acceptance and only intervening if the tics are causing distress for that student. This signals to the student what you are not bothered by their disability and normalizing them as much as possible for the other students. When other students say that it isn't a big deal, they are less likely to ostracize or bully that student that has the Tourette's. And advice here is don't still make them feel more embarrassed. Number 2 is don't ask the student to stop ticking. If they could, they would, believe you me. Number 3, don't joke about it. Number 5, if a child's ticking is beginning to majorly disrupt the class, try to switch the class to a quiet activity. Then you can go up to the student, ask if the student would like to sit in a corner or go out in the hall until that tic stops. Advice here is never force the student to leave if they don't want to leave in the first place. Pays to ask at all costs. Number 6, give the child time to let their tics out. Allow them to walk out in the hallway or retreat to a corner at the back of the classroom where they may feel safe. Advice here is allow them to use any tools they might have that could help them manage their tics. And another one is brainstorm some strategies with that student. For example, if stress balls help them, then they should keep a stress ball in their pocket ready to go when that tic arrives. Number 7, help the other students accepting the ticking student. Talk with the student and other support in their support team, but whether it would be a good idea to educate the other students about Tourette's in class. Model appropriate behaviour to the students and intervene immediately if you see any forms of bullying. Number 8, treat the child as an individual and don't assume that disabled means they are less competent. Behaving respectfully towards a disabled student will improve their self-esteem and signal to other students that this person is no lesser than them. So this basically quickly ends of how to deal with a student that tics. Give me the like for thumbs up for support, comment below if I missed out anything, or feel free to just give me tips and advice that needs to be added onto this. Feel free to share these videos around to family friends. Feel free to subscribe to my channel because, as I said, I do this on the daily. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Feel free to share these videos around to family and friends. Feel free to private message me if the need arises through my social media sites, as well as just following me through those social media sites of Twitter, Facebook, AspieAnswersAll. And all that to do, guys. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. Do what you love. Love you. Until next time, Aspie signing out.